Hi, I'm Bob, the hippie gardener. If you're a gardener, come on. What I'd like to do today is talk about where the garden's at and where we're at in terms of preparations. If you look around, we've got the garden now pretty much in beds. And we've got most of the beds filled and ready to go. Last year, for example, this was a bed we grew in. And then at the end of the year, we put some alfalfa and some alfalfa pellets on top and just covered it up for the winter. What that means is, right now, to plant, all I have to do is come over here, move the soil back, and go. So what we tried to do in the fall was get all the beds kind of ready to go. So we got them all covered. We have some beds yet to be installed. They're there, but they don't have anything in them yet. They will though. They will though. So, and we've already done some planting. For example, last week I came out here. I just pulled this straw away. I put a row of pea seeds all the way down this thing. I covered it up with about 2 inches of potting soil. Covered it back up. So when the time's right, peas are going to come up. So if you come through here and look at some other stuff we did already this year. If there's a time in the middle of winter that you go outside and it's 60 degrees and sunny and the ground's not frozen and it's the middle of winter again, it's time to plant. What I did here on December 31st when it was 65 degrees, or in 61 degrees I believe it was on December 31st here. Very odd, global warming at its finest. What we did was, I just came back here, this was all ready to plant. Like I said, with all the beds, I just moved it back and I just put some seeds of different kinds of lettuce in here. Now, that lettuce won't come up until it's time. And as soon as the weather is favorable, up it comes. We also have some different kinds of spinach planted here. Again, not up yet. These were planted on December 31st. They'll come up when it's time. The other thing, of course, is the fall garlic. We have the beds with the garlic in them. Those are already planted. But today, again, it's about 61 degrees. It's been sunny all day long. Really nice day. So it's time to plant, folks. It's in the middle of winter and it's 60 degrees and I got ground that I can get into. So we're going to do this bed over here and just plant a couple things just for fun. This is one of my beds I've been using for a couple of years. It's nothing but a livestock waterer that I've taken, galvanized livestock water that I've taken and put a bunch of holes in the bottom so it drains. And then I have dirt in it. And what I did in the fall was cover it up with alfalfa and then put alfalfa pellets. These are alfalfa pellets. These were organic alfalfa pellets. And those will break down and just go into the soil and slowly release the nitrogen into the soil. So this bed is probably frozen down about 8 inches. But the top 4 inches or so are not. So I can come in here, make me a little place to plant, and we're going to plant some cilantro. This is called Delfino cilantro. And I'm going to plant thickly because you can always thin it in the spring. So, and then we'll just cover that up a little bit. And when the weather's right, and whatever that is, and I've noticed looking at our forecast, it's supposed to be in the 60s for a couple more days and then drop back down into the 40s. These probably won't sprout. But when the nighttime temperatures get up to about 45 degrees, this will sprout. So if you want to have the earliest garden, two things. You got to get the beds ready in the fall so that in the springtime you can get in there early for that early stuff like peas and other lettuce and other kinds of things. And that's what you have to do to get your garden planted early in the spring.